One of the major problems facing the world is the amount of electricity and how we're going to make enough as we begin to move to electric cars. Electric car batteries have been a problem about making electric cars viable financially around the world. Battery prices are coming down fast, so it is reasonable to assume that electric cars will be in the future. And how are we going to get enough electricity for those ones? Is there going to be new fossil fuel plants because we don't have carbon sequestration to take care of all that greenhouse gas stuff yet? Is it going to be nuclear energy? Well, by a rough calculation, in order to replace the amount of electricity now being produced by fossil fuels, you'd have to make about 2 nuclear power plants come online one nuclear power plant come on every 2 weeks for about 15 years. That's tough. So another approach that's not well known or appreciated, it's called solar power satellites or space solar power, has different names. The idea essentially is instead of having just ground solar, we still should do that anyway, but at nighttime you don't get much stuff. And you also have the problem of day-night condition. But if you put them in orbit around the Earth, then you get 24-hour sunshine, much more intensive sunshine, by the way, and then you can manage the base load electricity on a global basis. So when you need more electricity on one side of the Earth, you've got it. When you need it more on the other side, you've got it. So we can actually get tremendous electricity and efficiencies on this. There's a variety of ways to do this. One is that you can make a mechanical spider, put it into orbit. This mechanical spider would grab nearby asteroids for mass, convert that through nanotechnology processes, and spit out photovoltaic sheets. These would be dropped into orbit, and then these then microwave down to Earth or laser. There's some controversy on which way is the best way to do it. There's still some work to be done on this. And then they would be hitting into the Earth's electric grids in various locations around the world, so then you can literally manage the global basis. There's a futurist named Fuller who gave us the geodesic dome, gave us synergy. He also gave the idea of doing more with less. One of his ideas was he thought that world peace would not really be possible until the electricity of the world were somehow interdependent. So you could turn a switch off of someone and it protects you. Well, this is the best strategy so far for creating a global electric system. Now, why hasn't this been done already? It's an obvious idea. The engineering ideas were around in the early 70s. Several reasons. One, most of the energy producers see it as competition, so that's an obvious reason. Why not NASA? Well, NASA learned that if you go after more than one big space mission at a time, you get your budgets cut. So they're afraid to talk about solar satellites until they finish the space station. The space station is finished, they say, okay, that's the next thing after space station. The trouble is, I'm not sure we can wait this long. Because it takes a while to finish the research, it takes a while to get these things in orbit. So anyway, so one approach that I mentioned was a mechanical spider. Another one is you can put these things in the moon, along the edge. Now, the moon is mostly lit and all the way up to one edge, so they may want to do it on 2 edges. But the reason for that is it's very easy to produce them with a mechanical cockroach. It sort of takes in a little bit of the surface oil and spits out photovoltaics. And these would also be relayed by microwave or laser back into the Earth. The third approach, which is the current one that's within the NASA studies, is that you make everything on Earth and basically launch them up on a spaceship. I don't think this is a very efficient way to go, but it is probably the way the first prototypes will be done. So when we get the first prototype up there, and then once we figure out better ways to do it, we can literally talk about having abundant electricity for everybody on the Earth, managed through a global base load of electricity on the Earth for indefinitely, forever. This is a good long-range solution.